customers are closing tomorrow. They're not in town, so I am doing the walkthrough.
At the moment.
Wonderful. I'm Realtor with one of my buyers, Darlene, and she just bought a house near Disney World. And now she can go on the Jungle Cruise anytime she wants, 100 times a year. Same jokes, but 100 times a year. Hello. Anyway, thank you so much for watching today. We're going to go for about an hour in this incredible over 55 community, which is in Minneola. So, Minneola is just north of Disney. You're going to be about 40 minutes to Disney. And I didn't do the map today. I'm so sorry. I was trying to download something and it just became really difficult. And I forgot to do it. It's usually the first thing I do when I get here. So whenever I give you the time to Disney, I'm going to give it to you with the best case scenario. And, we could always assume that there's going to be traffic no matter what road you take. It took me 35 minutes to get here from the Disney area. But here we are. This is the view from this community. And one of the great things about this community is the view. And it's in a new area. I mean, everything here is either really, really old farmland or new. But right out there is Lake Apopka. And you could see the Orlando skyline. I would say, this is the first time I'm realizing it. Probably the fireworks would be past that community, because I know that community has firework views. So it would be past there. So would you get fireworks views? Probably not from here. Probably not. So talking about distance to Disney, I was on one of the places that I advertised. I had words with a commenter who said, you should be honest with people. It's not minutes to Disney. And then she said, it could take you up to an hour. Okay. Well, the best case scenario is 25 minutes because I've done it. And the worst case scenario is 50 minutes, because I've done that too. And 50 minutes means it's minutes to Disney World. You know, it's all relative. If you're coming from Pennsylvania, you're going to be 2 days to Disney World. When you live an hour away and your house is less money than it was in Pennsylvania, that's better. That's closer. But the nastiness of this lady was that she was telling me I don't know my job and I need to be honest with people. Thank you. She lives in Orlando and it takes her forever to get to Disney. Forever? Try living try living in Jacksonville. You're not going to Disney for the day. So we're going to look at some models here, and we're also going to talk about some of the inventory this community has. Now, it is an over 55 community. Ooh, we're getting some wind. Can't wait till we get inside. Where's everybody watching from before we start? Yes, I agree with you. And you know what the thing is? That community that I was talking about has houses in the 300s on lakefront. Well, houses on lakefront closer to Disney are twice as much. So we're going to go walking through some of these models here. Oh, thank you, Nadine. Remember to, one of the things, if you want to live closer to Disney World, is the first thing you need to start off with is your price point. Because there are things that are closer to Disney World. And frankly, I like Claremont right now because that's going to be much closer to Disney World when the roads get connected. So start with your price point, because that will help you. And I'm going to sit down because I really want to talk to you about this. So this is the contour model, which could be 1,400 to 1,500 square feet. So I'm going to sit down because I do want to talk to you about this. And Alyssa and Neil, if you're available next weekend, I'm going to be doing a live stream, and then I'm going to be off for 2 weeks. Okay. I just love the views that you get up here. A lot of times when I'm in Winter Garden, Windermere, all those communities, they're very flat. And unless you have lakefront community, you don't really see a lot of scenic views like you would somewhere here. Okay. Move over. So if you want to live closer to Disney World, I want to know, are you going to be visiting daily, like some of my customers? or you're going to be going once a week or once every couple of weeks like I do. I mean, I go every couple of weeks and only for about 3 to 4 hours. Um, but a lot of the reason is because I have the magic um, right outside my house with the firework views. So, you got to think about how you're going to be going to Disney World. And then if your price point can relate to it. So we're going to be looking at these. Okay, an hour plus is too far. Okay, then you want to be, I would say, no more than 30 minutes from Disney World. And then you have to start looking at your price point. If you could go 500 and above, you could get to Winter Garden and you could be 10 minutes to Disney World. If you want to be up to 20 to 30 minutes, you could be in Claremont. And you'd be in the 400s. But I did sell a house with a pool for $325 in Claremont last year. But that house needed a lot of work. But that gentleman also was an electrical engineer. So he knows how to do some of the work himself. And he's going to put in new cabinetry, new flooring, all that kind of stuff. Are there over 55 communities in Winter Park? Not that I've ever seen. A community that's over 50, you may be thinking about Winter Garden. Okay, so you may be thinking about Winter Garden. Winter Garden and Winter Park are two different communities. Winter Park is not going to leave you close to Disney. Winter Garden is. There's also Winter Springs and Winter Haven. Winter Garden is the one that's closest to Disney. Is there an over 55 so let's take the question of, is there an over 55 in Winter Garden? In Winter Garden, yes. And the price points are going to be for a villa in the 450s, for a single family home starting in the low 600s. Okay. But just a few minutes away, in Claremont, the highest price is $460 for a single family home. And then there's maybe $380 for the smallest. Okay. So let's go in this beautiful model. I want to review with you the price points here. The base price of this model is $409. Okay, so, but see if they have anything in inventory. They do not. Okay, so the base, so with everything, they have a model here. Okay, they do have one at $485. Okay, so let's go look in what this will look like if you were to purchase one like this. And this is the model, so it's always done up a little bit more. I always like the way Del Webb does their homes. Why is my camera? I'm going to have to get a new gimbal because it's like tilted. Okay. So yeah, so a lot of people get the a lot of people get the communities with winter um, confused. Can't use a better, there's no better word for it. They get them confused. But Winter Garden is the closest one to Disney World. Winter Haven, um, when people say that's close to Disney World, that's all relative because you have to go up to 27 to get to Disney World. And that road during business hours can be very hectic. It's worse than the 4. So we're going to step inside here. This is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and flex space. For those of you who don't know, flex space basically means this is a room that you could do something with. It's usually about 10 by 10. It does not have a closet, but it's a smaller room. And this is basically, most people put a little desk, or people have used it for sewing rooms. My customers who work on Etsy will use it for their studio to do things in, maybe paint, whatever. But yes, this is what you call a flex space. And this could be under 500. Okay. Something like this in Palms at Serenoa, built by a different builder, you could see at a lesser price point. And that would be Claremont. While we're talking here, I do want to say that tomorrow I am going to be live from my house at 8:30, showing the fireworks. And I am hoping, crossing my fingers, that I figured out the technology to make it happen seamlessly. So, okay, so here we go. So this is, in an over 55 community is where you're going to find 2-bedroom homes. I rarely see them outside of a over 55 community. Please ask any questions that you have, and they can be related to this community or others. I liked it as a step-in shower. Now, I like this community. I like this builder. It's got an incredible community center that they're building, which I can show you pictures of. You know what, Nadine, I love to have one-on-one FaceTime with people before they branch out to sell a home and move up here. So if you want to do a FaceTime, that would be really helpful for you and me. So let me show you. Let me show you some pictures from the community center. Now, they've barely broken ground on the community center. So you have to figure that's going to be a year. Okay, that it's going to be a year before the community center is done. But that's what it's going to look like. So it's going to be a very high-end looking community where they're taking full advantage of the spectacular views you have up here. Maureen, that's a very good question. And if you're going to buy within this year, I'd really like to have a conversation with you. I'd say, you know what, honestly, I don't think it hurts to start now. I really don't, because I want to dispel any myths you have and get you focused. So, for example, I would love to talk with you. I'd really like to talk with you as soon as possible. But in actuality, before you sell your house you currently live in, okay, and I want to focus you so we're looking in the right areas. Because it depends. It really does depend. I mean, if you're going to go, like I said earlier, if you're going to go to Disney every day, you know, or every other day, like some of my customers who are watching right now, well, you don't want to be an hour away from Disney. If you're going to eventually work, okay, at Disney World, I don't know if an hour is a great commute, but some of my customers do it. Some of my customers commute an hour to work at Disney, but they love it. They don't mind, and they love it. So let me get a shot of the exterior of this home. This, in this community, can be $500,000. Just under 500. Okay. But it's all relative. And that's what I was telling the customer who was complaining to me online that I wasn't being accurate. Well, you know, it's all relative. So here we have a prestige model. So this is 2,000 square feet to 2,200 square feet. Okay. Um, and we're going to look at 2 or 3 more models. Oh, I love these. Mystique Grand. Those are beautiful. Let's go in here. And this is a gated community. So when we get in here, I want to talk to you about HOA fees and CDD fees. Ah, this is nice. Excellent. There's some really good opportunities in all those areas. But 20 minutes to Disney is going to be in the 34747 zip code. So, yeah, so 20 minutes to Disney, I would say, oh gosh, why is this doing this? Whee! Okay, So yeah, Claremont. I don't know. I'm getting a new gimbal next week. Okay. Um, Something that says Claremont is a good option. And again, it depends on your price point, Maureen. If money isn't an object, you'd be in Winter Garden. Claremont does offer some really great options. And so we'll talk. We'll talk. Mm. So this is the Prestige model, and a Prestige is going to start at 520 about. Let me see if they have any that are inventory, so I can give you a real-time price point. Okay, they have Prestiges, including lot, at 630. Now, this is comparable to another builder that I have. That is at this looks a lot like one of the models that I sell. That would be about 450 in another community, but this is a little bit higher end in their features. Okay. But this is a beautiful, beautiful community, and I don't mean to put it down at all. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you. You know, everything's relative to your experiences, so I try to get early on a really good sense of what you're looking for. Okay, so let's go talk about um, ah, were you working at a bridal shop in Flushing, Queens? I love the nanny. I love the nanny. I love their entry. So, I did have a question today, which I thought was very interesting, that I want to bring up. There we go. Okay, so someone asked me today, come on in. Don't worry about me. I'll get out of your way. So, someone asked me today, I was showing a community earlier that was in Lake Alfred, and they said, do any of the homes have pools? Okay. And my response was that 99% of the time they will not have a pool. And there's actually three reasons. Okay. The number one reason that they don't have a pool is because the time it takes to build a pool is usually longer than the time it takes to build the house. Okay. So builders don't include a pool. There's a couple of reasons why you wouldn't want a builder to include a pool. Number one is because they take a commission off of the pool that's built. Okay. The other reason is because once you homestead your home, which means slightly reduce your taxes, your tax price is really locked in. So, oh my God, I gotta put this up here. I heard they went to school together. Oh my God, that's great. That's great. You know what I loved is the story of these people who went to school with Lady Gaga, and they were so nasty to her, and they actually created a website that said, which with her original name, "Will never be famous," and I can, she's one of the most famous people in the world right now. So God bless. I don't think I went to a couple schools with classes with people who became famous, but not too big, not as big as Fran Drescher and Ray Romano. So anyway, They should really work together because I could see their personalities working really well together. I love Fran Drescher. So anyway, um, the reason you won't find it is because of the price that it adds to the house and the time. Whenever I see a new construction community that has pools, it's usually the model, which this is. So they're selling off the last one. So they're selling off the last ones that had a pool in it, or it's a buyer that built a home with a pool. Sorry, I didn't fall over. There we go. Don't know why it's doing that, but I'm getting rid of this one. So that's usually the reason that a home would have a, a pool. And when I see homes that are built where every home has a pool in the community, it means around this area that it's a short-term rental community, or it was originally built as a short-term. Let's go look at what type of bathroom they put in. Hey, how are you? So cute. So this is really, I like the way this door is, okay? So instead of coming around a corner and going into, it makes it a much more open space, okay? I like that. That's very nice. Because, openness in a 2,000 square foot home it's pretty nice to have something open. So here's one closet. This has a pocket door. I like that. Again, gives you more space. Here's the bathroom. I love how they do this. See, here's something good for an over 55. You want to have the zero entry. Okay. Now, yeah. Here's dual vanity. Nice big mirror there. I do like the way they do this closet. But this is just, as it says here, this is through the Container Store. But I'm going to show you something. Oh my gosh. I'll bet you this is the laundry room through here. Oh my God. Look at that. Isn't that laundry room? I love it. I love it. I'll have to go on the other side to close it. Anyway, but that is really neat. Can I do that at my house? I can do that at my house. I could actually do that. Anyway, I have to look into it. Hello. It's a nice, good sized closet. I'd say about 5 feet by 10. Well, Nadine, I didn't think we would be talking about Fran Drescher and Ray Romano on this live stream. So I'm going to go about another half hour. Then I'm going to take a little break and have something to eat. And then I'm going to go to another community for about 30 minutes, which I think is this area here, Minneola, is about 40 minutes from Disney. Generally, the traffic is not too bad from here. You would hop on, the major way I would go was hop on to the Florida Turnpike to the 429. And that's the way I got here. And it took me 35 minutes. As we all know, I live at Disney World, but then that would take you through the west entrance of Disney World. Yes, this does have a, thank you for pointing that out. This is a gourmet kitchen in the way this model was built. Now, there's about 10 different over 55 communities near Disney World. One of the things, what is this? Why is this doing this today? Here we go. Okay. So, here. Hi, how are you? So, here is their flex space, office space. Here is what I was in earlier, where I showed you the pass through. This is really neat. I don't know how necessary it is, but it's, you could take your dirty clothes through here and my I'd have to think about how practical it is, but it's cute. So you pass through your dirty clothes into here. Oh, that's funny. That would be great. That would be great if you work next week. I don't know. I got to figure out something real fun for next week. Something I haven't done yet. But this gimbal is actually running out of. I think that I can't believe it. So it was charged. It was charging all night. So I'm going to go with the. I'm actually going to run to my car and see. Hopefully, I have my backup gimbal in my car. My backup gimbal is a basic. It's not a gimbal. It's a basic one. But the battery is down to 1 point. Well, that's ridiculous. I've had this. I charged it all night. So I've got 2 more houses to see. I loved The Nanny. I thought The Nanny was the best show that there was. And she based it really on, the structure of the show was based a lot on I Love Lucy. And I also liked some of her extra shows that she did after that. She did 2 series that I really liked. Hello. I'm going to go out. I think if I have it in my car. Yeah. Do something next week. Next week is the 17th. Then I'm going to be away the weekend after that for my mother's birthday. And then the next weekend, I think, is Easter. So I won't be going live on Easter. I may do it the day before. There's my car. But it has been I'll tell you, it's been a weird season. Very weird season. So the way that helps you is buyers have been buyers and sellers have become very scarce. There we go. Thank goodness I bought this. I'm telling you. Woo. Stop. Let's see. They Yeah, I tried to get to the strawberry festival yesterday. The traffic in Plant City was, I mean, I waited a half hour and I said, you know what? Then I started thinking, well, what's going to happen when I get in there? All these people. I'm going to have to wait a half hour to everything I do. If you ever want to go to the Strawberry Festival, you go during the week. Last time I went last year was during the week. And I just parked, walked right in. So next week, I got to figure out where I'm going to go. I remember when Neil and Alyssa helped me in Dr. Phillips. It was really pouring rain. So I am thinking that I may want to do that same community again. Oh, Alyssa went to the Strawberry Festival. Yeah, I would have been fun if I ran into you guys there. It was sick. It was sick. When I went during the week last year, it was a nice time. No waiting, maybe one person in front of you in line. So I'm just going to find a good place to get a strawberry pie and forget about it. I do love Parksdale. Parksdale in Plant City is a farm stand, basically. And they have this strawberry bread, which is awesome. It is so awesome. And it's a little loaf of bread for about $5, but you take a slice of that with cream cheese. Oh my God, it's killer. I wish they sold it in stores around here. But the only place I've seen is you can get it there is Parksdale. So now we're going to go into the Mystique Grand. Okay. Now, when it's grand, that means it has a second floor. And let's see if they have any Mystique Grands so I can give you real pricing. Mystique FM, Mystique. Now, there's a couple Mystiques at in the 600s. So let's keep that price in mind. Okay, and there's some Stardoms priced at, yeah, okay. So Stardoms, which you're going to see later, in the high 600s. Okay, so here we go. Now, I didn't talk about HOAs. An over 55 community is going to have HOAs, homeowners association fees. I love the mystique when it has this smoke detector. Oh Lord. So anyway, I love the mystique when it has this, the way they've done this with the dual patio doors. I don't know if I may have lost comments. Someone leave a comment, just say hello so I could see if I'm lost the comments. I'm going to click refresh. Okay, great. So YouTube, I'm getting comments. Thank you. The smoke detector is beeping. I will tell you that smoke detectors beeping in a house for sale is probably one of the worst things you could do to get a house sold. It is so nerve-wracking to hear that noise. And I remember when I was when I bought a house in Florida in 2009, the smoke detectors were beeping in the house, but the price was so good that it was incredible. And what happened was I had a contractor come in the day I moved in and change all the smoke detectors out. And as soon as it stopped beeping, I went, wow, this house is really good. This is really a great house. That smoke detector beeping was so off-putting that I am sure that there were people who did not buy that house because of that annoying sound. And just something to you may think, oh, you can just put a battery in. Well, then put a battery in, because the house I bought was a foreclosure. That's why I got such a good price on it. It was a good deal, and I wish I had been able to hold on to it for longer. Because it eventually, when I had it, it went up by about $80,000. So I made $80,000 on it. But if I had held on to it longer, I could have made $200,000 on it. And I wish I had. I wish I had been, but hindsight in real estate is always 20/20. Beautiful layout of the Mystique Grand. Now, what makes it grand is having this second floor here. Now, I think I heard some people upstairs, so I'll go upstairs. I don't know if they left or not. But we saw this when I did the live stream from Oasis. Look at how big this is. This is amazing. So say you're buying into an over 55 community, and you're still going to have your adult children live with you or come and stay with you. This is a great option because you have this second floor here with its own private bath. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to buy a new gimbal soon. So I'm gonna have to ask Corey from Living in Diz what he uses. So this is probably what is this? Ah, Axis. That's cool. Boy, I'll tell you, it is warm in there. It is. So, yeah, that is pretty warm in there. Shows you what proper insulation can do. So now they definitely have good insulation in here because it's very cool. 68 to 73. I don't know what that actually. It's cooling right now. So it's currently 73 and it's cooling it to 68. Gotcha. Okay. It's interesting to see gutters on these homes. I wonder if that's a standard. I'd have to ask. A lot of homes do not have gutters standard around here. If I had a swimming pool, I would definitely put gutters because I don't want the water coming right off the top of the roof going into the pool, because these shingles do degrade and get little spots going into the pool would not be nice. But it's not standard. Another reason that gutters are not standard. Let me tell you, that's an interesting question. Do your smoke detectors not have batteries in your home? Because even though they're hardwired, they would still have batteries in many of these. Mine all have batteries for backup. One has a 10-year battery. Okay. But which is a reminder, because they set the clocks back, it's a good time to put new batteries in. So I will tell you, let's look at this backsplash that they have in here. Now this is beautiful, but I like more subtle backsplashes. And then this is the front room here. I don't think we even looked at it. Oh, I like when they put a first floor step-in shower. This is a nice sized room, probably 12 by 11. So we're at 24 viewers right now. Thank you for watching. So that's the Mystique Grand, which would be in the 600s. Now we're going to go over to a Stardom model, which would be in the high 600s. And then there's also Renowned available. So we'll look at one of those as well. So Smoked at my house was built in 1996. Yeah. Go check out your smoke detectors because I'll bet you they have batteries in them. Because you know what? They always, smoke detectors always start beeping in the middle of the night. But I have to check my batteries. I changed, it's been a while. So, I love this Stardom model. We just saw this. I did the Oasis, which is 2 miles to Disney. Here you go, check them out. I love how they have this little wet bar here. That's nice. I'd call it a wet bar, but it would have to have a sink to be a true wet bar. And I love the way they've done the color choices. I like it better than the Oasis. An Oasis. I love this color wood here. That's nice. It's a nice color. I wish they had had that as an option when I bought my house. It's a nice, big, great room. Now, with my house, I have a room that is more of a designated dining room. Now, one of my customers was asking me recently about, this is nice the way they've done this, having dual owner suites. Yes, I agree. And but I forgot to do it. So it is, I'm telling you, changing batteries. I have like 10 smoke detectors in my house. And the one I have near my toaster is so infuriating. I am telling you, it is like the worst. If I put on level 7 toast and maybe just it gets a little bit too much, the smoke detector goes off. It is so annoying. They must have it a second. That's a small closet for a resident, but you have a full bath right here. As you know, it's an option. I love this flooring. This floor is gorgeous. Let's see if this looks like it's probably tile, but it's gorgeous. It is not. That is what it actually feel. I would love to figure out what this is. It's beautiful. It's really nice. Wow. That is not a tile. Here is the primary bedroom, but I get the question a lot, do I have something with dual masters? And this would actually qualify as that. Ensuite baths. Yeah, I like the way yours is too, because it does have that standalone. But my favorite thing is when you have a pass-through and a butler's pantry. You know that I love butler's pantries. And if I was ever to sell my house, which I don't think I would, I bought my house because it had a downstairs bedroom with a full bath with step-in shower available so that my mother could stay with me. And it's great when I have company. It really is great. I had thought that we'd have a lot more visits than we do. But this is the stardom model. So something like this would be in the 600s. 600s. I don't like this choice of wood or laminate against a simulated wood. I don't like that look. But this is great because I would have this area as storage. But the way it's set up here is beautiful because you could do all your folding and everything and store your linens here. Very nice. This would be a really good option. Let's see what they have here. This is probably, okay, this is air conditioning, okay. Not too, and then, but this is a nice, good sized pantry. It's one thing I don't like about my house is the pantry size, but it is just me. But if I was to sell this to my house to someone, they'd probably not be happy with the pantry. So let's talk about HOA fees. Okay. This community has a CDD, which is a community district development. So at something like this being 681, okay? Something like this being 681, you would get monthly assessments. Yeah, if I was rich, I would definitely have a butler. I would love the idea. Okay, so through HOAs 374 to 394, and what does that include? Okay, the resort style pool, lap lanes, pickleball and tennis courts. Pickleball is really popular right now. Community garden, I love that idea. As long as it can keep the animals out. I used to have strawberries. When I was in Rhode Island, I planted strawberries, and I think after spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars on the strawberry plants, I got 3 strawberries because I was just feeding the bunny rabbits in the area. And manned gate, okay, the fitness center, movement studio, which is awesome. All this you figure is going to be available in about a year, and a dedicated lifestyle director. Now, you also have the CDD fee, which is added to your taxes. Okay, so I would say that's about between $1,700 to $1,300, between $1,300 and $1,700 extra per. I'm sorry. I'm not thinking. Sorry, I wrote this down. 130 to 170 extra a month. Okay, so if you add that high number to this, 400, 560 per month. But you get all those features. Now, if you don't want those features or aren't going to use those features, it's not a good deal. If you're going to use those features, you want the gate, if you want the community center, then it's worth it. This is a really beautiful community. Let's take another look out. There's Lake Apopka right there. Okay. There's where the community center is going to be. There's going to be homes overlooking the community center. It's going to be a golf course community. And also, Minneola is growing very, very fast. There's also I'm going to go to another community shortly where they said they're having an open house. That's not far from here. So if my battery can, and then this is the Renown. This is a beautiful big model. This is in the 700s. Okay, well, that's a good question. And I wish I could technically answer everything for you. Okay. But this is the air handler outside. Okay. Now, so this is what takes the air from the outside. How they work, I don't know. But you'd have to have one of these units outside. And then you'd have an air handler inside, and then ventilation through the house. Now, I will tell you, I have really good insulation in my house. And during the winter, the air conditioner is on in the summer, probably from April through to, when does it turn off? Probably April through June, July, August, September. Now, that unit that you saw would be the heater also during the winter time. And I probably turn that on probably about no more than 2 weeks. But during those 2 weeks, it's really helpful. During your orientation, okay, I'm going to give you 2 points about air conditioners. During your orientation with the builder, they're going to teach you how to maintain those air conditioners. There's 2 different philosophies of maintaining an air conditioner, and I use the third. The one philosophy is that you put water and vinegar in, warm water and vinegar through, which I'll show you. We'll go inside and I'll show you how to do this. Once a month to keep the pipes clean. Okay. Some people say water and bleach, and you should use I'm forgetting the word for purified water, but distilled water and bleach, distilled water and white vinegar, cleaning vinegar. I use something completely different. I use something I found online, which is an $8 bottle, and I just pour it directly in, and it's a probiotic which will kill the bacteria that it spots inside. So I use something different. I got it on Amazon. It's like $8 a bottle. Oh, this is beautiful. As you know, I love when you walk into a home and it's open like this. I don't like to see narrow hallways, but when you're paying close to $800,000 on a house, you shouldn't see that. But this is a half bath here. And then, so this should have a full bath. Yes, it does. So, thank you all for joining. I haven't played any videos. I'm going to see if I have some videos that I can play. Um, I love seeing, when you have an elderly person, you really do need a step-in shower. I don't know how people, you know what? The thing is, you just have to take extra special care. And I think that if you have a tub, you need to spend the $500 or $600 it would cost, or do it yourself for less money, to get railings in the bathroom. So when you have something to hold on to, when you're taking a shower and when you're stepping out. Very important. A nice size closet for the guest unit. That's a nice size closet. Yes. So that's why it's so important, um, to be at the orientation when your house is closing with the builder. Now, sometimes my customers, because they'll teach you how to maintain your house. Sometimes my customers can't be there, so I videotape it for them, and then they can always go back to it later on. And I usually put it on YouTube as a private video. But let me go and see what kind of. Oh, I have to tell you though, I don't know if you saw the traffic jam that happened this weekend. Let me show you. Traffic here is so awful. It took me an extra 5 minutes to get home. I mean, it just keeps going and going. That's my little fun. Okay. Another reminder, I'm Realtor Victor Naraki, and I specialize in living near Disney World. I work directly with you. I'm not a referral agent. A referral agent takes your name, takes your number, and then sells you to a random agent for a stake in that commission. When you call me, you get me. And I am there for you from the initial consultation through to closing and all the steps in between. You get me. Now, if you want to reach me, visit disneyatyourdoorstep.com for all my links, and you will get me. Well, yeah, okay. How about got a good question here. How about the traffic on the I-4? Okay. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Now, the thing is with any type of traffic, if you're working in Orlando, You have to take that in consideration if you're going to be buying a home that is too far away from the traffic or from Orlando, okay? Because you're going to be hopping on the I-4 probably. And yes, during prime time, commuting time, the I-4 can actually have a lot of traffic, okay? But if you're like me, and I'm rarely on the I-4 during the commute. I usually don't hop on till like 10 o'clock. I don't get the big effect of it. If you're going to be if you're going to be living in Mount Dora, and traveling, you're going to hit the I-4. So you got to take that in consideration. It's all a matter of what your needs are going to be. But yes, there is traffic on the I-4. Do we encounter it all the time? Not necessarily. Yes. I'll remember to show a picture of that. The bottles that I use, because I'd rather just use the premix. I haven't had any problem. And my air conditioner service guy, who I have air conditioning service once a year, said that my pipes looked really clean. And I think he was referring to my air conditioner. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I love this model. This is huge. Okay, where's the air handler? And I'll show you how that works. Oh, look at this. I love this. This would be considered a butler's pantry, although it doesn't connect to the dining room. Oh, here we go. I hear it. Okay. There's a little different here, but I'm not going to do it right now. You would pop the cap off and you'd pour the liquid in. Yeah. It's a little different but Lennox is a good name. I like Lennox and Carrier. Yeah, you know what? I have to tell you, there are definitely times when the I-4 is very, very packed. Yesterday, coming back from the Strawberry Festival, which I couldn't even attend because it was so packed, yeah, it took me an extra 30 minutes. Look at this model. See, I love this. I just love the en-suite baths. But here it has a tub. If this is a senior, it's not a good idea. If it's kids, it's okay. But I don't like tubs anymore. I don't like them. God, this is just such a beautiful layout. Hey, let's go look at what they're planning. So this is how big the community is. I don't have the exact number on the homes. I'm saying about 500. Bummer. Okay, so I love these pools the pools they build in the models are so beautiful. Look at that. But that is probably a $110,000 pool. Yeah, you know what? It's all relative. I spent 14 years in Los Angeles, and I always joke that 6 of those years were spent on the 405 freeway. I used to travel 20 miles to work. It would take me 2 hours to get home. Getting there was pretty good. Getting home was ridiculous. Yeah, they are expanding the I-4, and I personally don't run into the traffic the way other people do. Um, if I'm going to Dr. Phillips or something like that, yeah, I see the traffic, but I'm only on it for maybe like 4 or 5 miles. That's why it's important for people to think when they buy, are they going to be on the 4? When are they going to hit the traffic? Do I go to Disney at peak times? No, I don't. I don't go to Disney at peak times. My God, this room is huge. I don't like the layout. I feel the layout's weird. I don't like the layout. I feel like the bathroom's all the way back here. But I guess this could be good because you get out of the bathroom, you go right into bed. I'd prefer the door was right here, but not just me. But this is a beautiful shower. Oh, the storage in this closet is intense. Look at this. This is 10 feet. There's an echo. Echo. This is 10 feet by 6. It's huge. Absolutely huge. I would put storage there. You could put 2 containers on top of each other. A nice big shelf up there. Yeah. When I bought my house, I was just so in had so many particular things that I needed to have right away. So I took these shelves out the first day. That was so silly. I could have lived with this for a little while because what I put in was not good enough. And I would have known that if I kept those for a little bit. I should have put 2 levels. But this is a great shower. I love these type of showers without a lot of glass. One thing I would always suggest in any home is a water purifier. And I love this and this was something I cheaped out on. They said it was an extra $2,000 to have the 2 heads in my shower. I wish I didn't cheap out on that. I wish I had done that. But I got the water purifier because the windows were getting really, really cloudy. Also, it extends the life of your water appliances like your washing machine and your dishwasher. It's a lot of walls to scrub, but honestly, if you have the water purifier, you won't have to scrub them. Yeah. You know what? It's just, there's a lot of people who are, oh my God, more closet space. Jeez Louise. Oh my. And then you walk through here to the laundry room. This is awesome. This is really awesome. But it's $800,000. Yeah, sure. You could be awesome at 800,000. So, does anybody have any questions for me? I have to figure out where I left my. Does anybody remember where I left my clipboard? Okay, probably in the last house. Hello.
Hi.
No, I probably left it in the last house. So, do you have any questions for me before I close up for the day? So here's the office space. Now this is a huge office space. When we look at the other models, we certainly don't see office space like this. And a lot of my customers are working from home. Hey, I found my clipboard. Yay. Okay, great. So do you have any questions for me before I sign off for today? I might go live at this other community, which I think has opened up the model, but I'm going to go grab something to eat first. Dude, what are you doing?
You said if I wanted to buy or sell a house in Central Florida that I should follow you.
On social media.
You got a link?
Buying or selling a home, visit celebratingflorida.com or follow me on social media. Oh, Nadine, great. Thank you. I'm glad you're going to contact me. I like to set up FaceTimes with people. And then we can go over, what your position is, what things you need to do. A lot of times, like I had a customer who didn't call me before they left, and they called me, and they gave me a couple notice when they got here. But what I was had to tell them was, you're not in the right place to make an offer because you don't, unless you have the money cash somewhere, which most people don't, you're going to have to be able to prove that you have your house available to sell. So everybody's financial position is different. So I have to review with you what surprises you may encounter when you go to make an offer. And making an offer with a new construction is completely different than making an offer with a resale. Because making an offer to a business is different than making an offer to a person. Okay, the businesses understand that you may need a little bit more time. So if they have a house that's 3 months away from completion, yeah, they'll say to you, okay, you can put your house on the market. If it's 60 days away from completion, they're going to say, no, you have to have an offer on your house for us to accept it. While a resale is never going to accept 60 days out unless they have a real problem with them moving out, which never happens. They have to be most people who are selling are 45 days out from selling. So I want to thank you all for watching today and putting up with me switching gimbals. I'm thinking about next week, if Alyssa and Neil are available, going to Dr. Phillips again and doing exactly what we did the last time because, there's a lot going on there, and last time it was all rainy, but I had promised everybody, so I wanted to do it. Anyway, but that community there, I love the idea of communities where you can walk to stuff. I think that's really terrific. So that's what that community is. You can walk to the grocery store. I love that. You can walk to get all sorts of foods, like 100 different types of foods, are right around the corner. So that's an interesting area. But there's some other places that I like too that we could go to. And then I'm going to be off for 2 different weeks because of Easter, and I'm going home to see my mommy for her birthday. So again, we are 40 minutes to Disney. Next week, I hope that we do Dr. Phillips because it's, everybody wants to be close to Disney. The price point there is kind of high, but hey, I was just 2 weeks ago, I was at a community that was under $400,000 with lakefront homes. If you ever want that would be great. But the problem is, while you're minutes to Disney, it's 25 to 60 minutes to Disney, depending on the traffic. But once you know the traffic patterns, you avoid it. Now is the holidays. Now is spring break, right? So spring break is definitely going to be more hectic. So we're going to walk in here. I'll see if I can show you some of the things that are coming to this community. This is the clubhouse that they're building. Look at this. This is going to have the most scenic views of any clubhouse that I've seen built because it's overlooking all of Claremont and Lake Apopka.
This is where you just were.
And the great thing about buying new is, thank you for everything. How many houses will be here when it's complete? Do you know? Oh, okay. Thank you. That's good. Over 800 houses. That's a big community. That's nice. A lot of over 55 communities that are near Disney World are selling out right now. The one that I've sold 12 homes at is down to its last 6 lots available. So there's really, there's another community which has about, I'd say, 15, 20 homes in. So that's, let's see if I can show you anything else here because some of the people coming in a little late, or not late, but later, wouldn't have seen the, So anyway, so thank you very much for watching. This entrance is so nice. I mean, to be honest, it's impressive. Look at this. And then right up there, probably in a year, they're going to have the clubhouse. It's going to have a bar. Isn't that nice? That's the view. There's now the thank you so much for mentioning that. Celebratingflorida.com is my website. Thank you for watching, everyone. Making the dream of a Disney lifestyle a reality. I'm Victor Naraki. Contact me on Facebook at Naraki Realtor or my website, celebratingflorida.com. Thanks for watching Disney at your doorstep.